Hello, it's Lissy. It is Saturday, May 21st at 5 p.m. I've been busy today. I filmed a makeup video on my makeup from Party in the Park a couple weeks ago at the request of one of my very favorite Instagrammers. But I also this week, and thanks to a bunch of you for telling me, but I was tagged in the Luxury Attic tag. And I've honestly never done one of the tag videos. Somebody asked me to do the black bag tag. So one of these days I'll do that. But I figure I would do the Luxury Attic tag today. And it's kind of a perfect one for me because I think I'm being a master of the obvious when I say I'm clearly a luxury addict. I love luxury products. I love Chanel. I love Hermes. You name it, I love it. Givenchy, Saint Laurent, Dior. I'm just a huge, huge consumer of luxury products. And the older I get, the more I consume. And it's really a function of the fact that I'm, single and I'm a successful career person. And, I'm not beholden to anyone other than myself. So I have disposable income and I choose to spend it, outside of like travel and going out with friends and stuff. I choose to spend it on luxury clothes, shoes, handbags, jewelry, the whole bit. So without further ado, the first question is, what was your first designer piece? And so I'm going to answer this two ways. I have been a clothes horse and luxury addict from a very young age. I think for my second birthday, I asked for designer jeans. I don't remember if they were Jordache or Vidal Sassoon or whatever, but they were Vidal Sassoon or Sassoon. Are they different? There were Sassoon jeans. Is it the same as Vidal Sassoon? Anyway, point is, I've always loved luxury goods. So when I was probably 15 or 16, I had a couple Gucci bags. One was your typical brown, G logo with the red and green little stripe, with a long strap. It was the 80s after all. And the other was this beautiful white Gucci bucket bag, but it was like all white G's, like white leather with like the white G's, not quite embossed, but kind of like imprinted in maybe it wasn't leather, maybe it was like vinyl. But anyway, I loved it. So those were like really my first luxury goods that I didn't buy for myself. The first real luxury thing I bought for myself, and this will then go into another question later. I bought myself, for my 35th birthday, a Chanel bag. My very first Chanel bag. And it was black calfskin leather with kind of not exactly the quilting, but in the pattern of the quilting chains. It was kind of a little elliptical pouch, over the shoulder bag. I loved it. I used it for a long time. Eventually, actually, I think just last year I finally got rid of it. But I'll talk more about that in another question. But, so anyway, those were my first, real designer pieces. What do you consider your best investment? Now, this is a tough one for me because, as you know, I have, so many things that are true investment pieces. I would have to say anything that I think is really a best investment, and it depends on how you define investment. I can define it two ways. One, either because I wear it a lot, and I get the most out of it, or two, because I wear it a lot, but also when I decide to get rid of it, I can sell it. So if it's the latter, I would say it's, most Chanel bags, because you can always resell a Chanel bag, and generally over time, you can at the very least sell it for what you paid it for. The few bags that I've sold, many of them I've gotten what I paid for them, but only because I bought them so long ago that, at the time they seemed expensive, but now in retrospect, if I was paying that now, they'd be inexpensive. So I don't know. I would say probably I have a classic caviar leather double flap Chanel bag in a cream color. And that's I think the classic Chanel bags are the best investment pieces. Also, I have a couple Chanel jackets. One of them is like, I think also really the classic Chanel things. The real seasonal, like, you know, the Paris, Dallas collection, like that kind of stuff, I don't really think is going to be the best investment, but if you love it, you should get it and, you know, wear it as much as you can, and eventually someone I'm sure will buy it, but I don't know that the price will, I guess unless it really becomes a collector's item. Anyway, the next question is, what is your criteria when looking to buy a piece? It depends. Am I buying it because I want it to fill a need, or am I buying it because, you know, I just like it. So my criteria, I guess, is loose. It's really just what do I want at the time I'm buying it. Like if I'm spending a lot, I guess I want it to kind of stand the test of time. Like I don't know that I would spend, I mean, I probably have, but like, okay, a Chanel bag, like a classic flat bag, is probably in the range of $5,500 right now. Like, I don't think I would spend that on a real, like on a fringe bag or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like on a real, trendy bag. That's my real criteria. Like if I'm going to spend that level of money, I'm not going to buy the real trend stuff. For the real trend stuff, I'll buy, you know, it's still, I don't really buy things that are inexpensive, but I'll buy the less expensive items. Okay, what has been your most regrettable purchase? I would say, again, there are two answers here. One, I have over the years bought lots of shoes that were too high, just not practical enough. Like I loved them, I put them on, I pranced around the store, they didn't exactly fit, and then I couldn't wear them in real life. So I have regretted many purchases like that. Often I ended up selling them, so I got something for them. And then the other thing is I did buy an Hermes Constance bag. Yeah, a Constance bag. It's, you know, the Constance bag is the one that has the H buckle. Like it was a navy leather with a gold H buckle. And I bought it through Skinner Auctions, which is a very reputable, it's in Boston. It's a very reputable auction house. And I'm not saying it was fake or anything. It wasn't. But I regretted it because you can go preview these items ahead of time, and I did not. And so I bid on it, and I got the bag. And when I got it, it was smaller than I expected. And Skinner doesn't take a lot of pictures and give you a lot of description. Like if you really want to know about it, you kind of have to go to the preview and see it. But it also, like, the strap was short. Like, I would have thought for a Constance bag, I would have wanted to wear it crossbody, especially a small bag. So I did regret that, but I did end up selling it, and I got pretty much what I paid for it. So I regretted it, but I remedied the regret. I kept it for a long time. Like, I kept it in my little cabinet in my living room for a long time, and then finally I was like, why am I keeping this? Like, I'm never going to use it. It's too small. The strap is not long enough. Like, it just doesn't work for me. I would still love a Constance bag, but I would have to, like, get what works for me. Because they have bigger ones that fit more stuff, and they definitely have ones that are crossbody. If you've sold any of your luxury goods, have you ever had seller's regret? So like I said before, I sold the Constance bag. I sold my first Chanel bag. I've never regretted any of the things I've sold. If I sold them, it's because I wasn't wearing them, I wasn't using them, and I got money to buy, you know, something new that I would use. So no, I don't regret anything I sold. What is a piece you think everyone needs or should have? So I would say, I personally think a bag that, like a convertible type bag, and I have several, like, not that, I do have several Chanel, but this is just because I'm going to use this tonight, an example of a bag that you can wear, like, over the shoulder, but you can make the strap long and wear it, you know, crossbody too. And I love a bag like that. Like, it's just, I have a Chanel patent navy bag that does that. I have my Phillip Lim. I have this Phillip Lim black leather bag. It was called the Vendetta bag. They only made it, I think, the 1 year, and let me tell you, I love it. And it has, like, either a long strap, or you can fold over the strap and, like, make it a convertible, you know, into, like, a shoulder bag, crossbody to shoulder bag. I think that is something that, like, if you like, If you like to have options, if you like to have a bag that gives you options, something you can travel with, you know, use in multiple ways, I think a convertible bag is a really good one. What's a piece that you think is overhyped? You know, I don't really know. Let me come back to that. I don't really have any. I should have thought about it. I thought about it a little, but nothing really came to me. And what's next on your wish list? Well, as you know, I buy lots of things as I see them and want them. But the one thing I have not bought that's on my wish list is I really do think I want an Hermes Birkin bag. So somebody I work with is selling one, but it's the 40 centimeter and it's a charcoal gray. It's like almost black. She's only used it a couple times. But I really want a Birkin bag in a color, and I really think I want the 35 centimeter. Otherwise, I'd buy it from her. And I kind of regret when I was in Florida back in February, Alicia and I were in this amazing resale store, and there was a brand new, like, melony color Birkin with silver hardware, and I should have bought it, and I didn't. So anyway, I think really what's next on my wish list is a Birkin. Because I really have, you know, I have many Chanel bags. I have, you know, kind of one of every, like I have a Dior, I have a couple Balenciagas, I have a Saint Laurent, I have a couple Saint Laurent Sac de Jours, I have a Celine bag. You know, I have lots of options. So I would say it's hard to say I have a hole in my bag wardrobe, but if I do, I want a Birkin. So that is it. Unless I can think of the overhyped thing. But no, I really can't think of something at the moment that I think is totally overhyped. So anyway, that's the Luxury Addict tag. I think I'll do a quick outfit of the day, and then I will go. I'm going to meet Alicia for dinner this evening. So I am wearing, this is a new St. John top that I got on sale, and FYI, it's a size small. And as you know, I am not small on top. So if you're interested, the only thing I will say is, like, depending on, like, if you're any bigger than me, it'll cut into your, like, underarms a little bit. You know what I mean? But this top is a small. And I wouldn't want this to be too big and too voluminous. Because, you know, when you have, like, the ladies, like, then you just look, then it looks too much like a tent. So anyway, so it turns out I like the small on me. So anyway, this is a St. John top. I'm wearing my J brand, my trusty J brand jeans. This is a Balenciaga bracelet that actually Alicia gave me a couple years ago for Christmas. I'm carrying my Chanel bag. And I'm wearing my Laurent Stacade, these shoes. Actually, I'll show you two other things that are on the floor. And then because I think it's a little cool, you saw this, I wore it last week into brunch. I'm going to throw on this little St. John fringy jacket. But, oh, the other thing I did want to show you is I mentioned, probably from my LA video, that I bought a couple pairs of shoes when I was out there, and they were shipped to me from this really nice store called Madison. And they're both Laurent Stacade, and they're both right here. So I got one pair, this pair in silver. These I think also came in navy with like gold hardware. Maybe they were navy suede. I toyed with getting them, but the silver is like, a part of me might still call and get the navy ones. Because these, first of all, like I love them. They're super cool. They've got a nice low block heel, like easy for everyday running around. They'll look great with skirts, great with pants, like great with everything. And then I got these be-studded suede, like kind of tomato color ones. And I love Laurent Stacade, and Neiman's here sells Laurent Stacade, but doesn't have like a lot of variety. So when I saw these out there, like I snapped them up. Yeah, so I think that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I know in a tag, you're supposed to tag some. Did I say also that I was tagged by the Lux Babe? I have to let everybody know. The Lux Babe tagged me. I thank her for that. And I don't know that I'm going to tag anybody because I feel like this tag started like a month ago maybe. So I don't really know who else to tag who hasn't already done it. But if you're watching and you haven't done it and you have a YouTube channel or a blog or something, tag yourself and let me know because I would love to see your video. Anyway, have a great day. Bye.